Now, there's been this article in the Wall Street Journal talking about gluten-free stuff, and I think there might be some confusion about gluten and gluten-free diets. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, I mean, certainly as you go to the grocery stores and restaurants, I mean, it's becoming more known, more well known, and officially, for people with celiac disease, which is the genetic inability to have gluten at all, it's a really big victory for them. But certainly in my clinic and what I'm seeing sort of in the general population, more and more of us need to at least lower it, if not eliminate it for the time being. The article in the Wall Street Journal said it's not a fad for weight loss.
Okay.
And I agree with that. And actually one of the big pushes I'm making now with a lot of the teaching that we're doing is that the gluten-free diet doesn't just mean you take your bread and your cereal and your crackers and switch to gluten-free versions of those. Because quite frankly, you lose fiber, you probably add sugar to your diet, and so it's probably less beneficial for your health. And so really the way you want to approach it is a whole foods diet. So consuming vegetables, fruits, beans, raw nuts, non-breaded fish and meat, oats, that's a gluten-free diet. Staying away from the processed and packaged foods is really what we want to do. So, now the food industry is catching on, so there's lots of gluten-free cakes and brownies and things. And, it's fine every now and then, but, sometimes that gluten-free label means, well, I can eat as much as I want to as long as I'm not eating gluten, and that's the wrong approach.
Kind of like that whole fat-free craze in the 1980s, and people were buying fat-free products, but it wasn't really that healthy for you anyway.
Right. I mean, we see these big spikes in nutrition and diet plans and fad diets, and ultimately if you just kind of follow the one that goes through, it's eating real food, eating whole food, staying in the produce section of the grocery store, and just learning to eat the things that we've always had, things with no ingredients.
So if your doctor puts you on a gluten-free diet, don't try to cut any corners, just be a good camper and just don't do the gluten.
Just focus on less packages is the real key. I mean, there certainly are some substitutes, and you want to know what those are, and you want to know how to navigate restaurants, and
sure.
There are lots of tools and resources for that. But yeah, you don't just want to jump and buy everything that says gluten-free on the package.